Welcome back everybody, and what I'm going to be talking about today is this bit of kit here, which is the Onewind Outdoors 11-foot zipper camping hammock. Okay everyone, so full transparency, I was sent this bit of kit to trial by Onewind Outdoors. They got in touch with me and asked me whether there was a bit of kit on their website that I was interested in having a look on and, you know, trialing out. At the time, I was actually in the market. I was looking for a hammock that had a built-in bug net, mosquito net on it. So I thought, why not? I'll give it a try. I had a quick look to see other reviews and stuff, and it looked relatively positive. I thought, yeah, no, why not give it a go, you know? So had a quick look at what they had, and I went for this thing here. So this is the 11-foot zipper camping hammock. Now, hammocking, I'm a big fan of it. I've been to quite a few jungles in the world during my service in the military. So I went out to Belize a couple of times, Brunei a couple of times, Philippines, where else? Kenya, and a few other places. The first time I tried hammocking, I was like, oh no, this is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to fall out the bloody thing. You know, I'm going to have I don't like sleeping on my back. And quite often when you're in a hammock, you end up on your back, just by the way that you're laying and stuff. And I thought I was going to have a horrible night. First night, loved it. Sold on the first night. That first trip I went away to the jungle, we was out in the trees for 4 weeks, sleeping in a hammock every night, well, pretty much every night anyway, to get away from all the bugs and stuff on the floor, which is, you know, the main reason why if you're in a tropical environment, you're going to use a hammock, to get away from all the bugs, the snakes, the spiders, all that sort of stuff on the floor. You know, you need to get up off the ground and get elevated. So I continued using my hammock that I bought many years ago. Well, 1996 I bought that first hammock, just a really basic bit of kit, made out of a parachute with some paracord on the end, the 1,200 pound thick stuff. Use that all around the world, not just in jungles, but, you know, whenever you get the chance to get your head down somewhere, if it's you know, sometimes non-tactical, in, you know, just like buildings and stuff like that. If you can find somewhere to actually hook the hammock up onto some sort of framework or something, it gives you a really good night's sleep. I've even slept in the back of vehicles using a hammock. When we was in Iraq, but, you know, outside of, you know, the front line sort of thing, I'd put my hammock up in the back of a Land Rover and sleep in it. It's really comfortable. So anyone that hasn't tried it, give it a go. Anyway, I've recently been using this one. This is a Cedar Summit hammock. I really love this hammock. Really small, compact, lightweight, great bit of kit. It hasn't got a bug net integrated into it though. Really good bit of kit. So I was actually thinking of getting the same one with the bug net on it, but as I say, Onewind Outdoors approached me to see if I wanted to use any of their kit, so I thought, I'll give it a try. And to be honest, not a bad bit of kit at all, pretty good. I've used it now, I don't know, year and a half, something like that, all around the UK, in woodland like I'm in at the moment. So wild camping and then doing stuff like bushcraft type stuff, all that sort of thing. And I've used it quite a lot. I've given it a really good run out. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is talk through all the dimensions, sizes, materials and stuff of this bit of kit. Okay, so you can see it's not as compact as my other hammock, okay? If I compare you the Cedar Summit one, it's about double the size. However, that's obviously got the bug net in it, and you could actually compress it down. You can see there, you can squish that down more. Just the bag that it comes in, it's not a compression bag, whereas that one is. So the whole thing weighs 2.14 pounds all up, and that includes the suspension system and a few other bits and pieces, which I'll talk about in a second. So the material used then, it's a 40D ripstop nylon, which is really comfortable when you're laying in it. You know, if your face is against that material, it's actually really quite comfortable. As I say, it comes with a few other bits and pieces, so I've not got them here because I don't use them, and I don't know what I've done with them. I've been using this for a year and a half now. It comes with 2 pegs and a couple of like bungee tie-off things that you can use with the pegs to take the size of the hammock out. You don't really need that though, to be honest. Yeah, you could use them, but I haven't bothered with those. You also get the suspension system with it, and you also get a line that goes in the centre to hold it up, hold the top of the bug net away from your face. So there's the parts that it comes with. Like I say, I've used this quite a lot now, and it's pretty durable. I've not had any issues with it at all. What I'll do next then is I'll show you it set up and basically the functions and features of it. The suspension system then. So it comes with 2 of these straps. One end is just sewn like so. The other end has got a loop in it. So it's got a loop in it like so. This isn't anything, you know, unusual. It's pretty standard for a lot of the suspension systems you get. All you're going to do is you're going to get this past the loop ended side round the tree like so. No, I'm not a tree hugger for anyone out there. And then all you're going to do is pass the strap through that loop like so. Okay, so that's the first part set up there. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your hammock, and the way they've got this then is on the actual bag, it's basically got an open end with a toggle on both sides, so you can use it either way. And if you set it up so that you've got the buckle of the suspension system at either end of the bag, you can just basically take that out and then attach that to the suspension system. Okay, so what you're going to do, fairly obvious really, all you're going to do is you're going to pass that through the buckle, the strap like that, put it through the other end like so, and that's the first bit done. Dead simple. And then you're just going to, you know, put it to the tightness you need it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach that there. I'm going to leave that hanging whilst I go and set up the other suspension system on the other tree I'm going to use. Now, because this is a wider tree, all I'm going to do, I'm not going to try flipping hugging all the way around that. I'm just going to chuck it around the side, get that end, and you can see these are quite long, these suspension systems, about 10 foot long. I'm going to have a look at the other tree. I'm going to kind of attach it around about the same level so it's nice and even. Obviously what you can do is you can adjust it once you've got it all set up, and then I'm just going to stick it on like that and put the strap in through itself just to hold it in place. What I can do next then is I can take the hammock that I've already set up over here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to undo the toggle on this side like that, and then I'm going to start pulling it out like this. I'm going to pull it all the way out. When I've got to this side then, I'm just going to do the same that I did with the other strap. I'm going to pass it through itself and then back through the other end of the buckle. And it's pretty much set up right there. All I've got to do now is tighten it up and whack in a couple of half hitches just to secure it a little bit more. So you can see there's a little bit more space on this side, so what I'm going to do is just going to tighten it up there. Whack in a couple of half hitches, so 1, 2, and I'll do the same on the other side. That just gives it a little bit more security, so when you get in the thing it's not going to stretch, it's just going to keep that in the position you want it. And that's it done. How easy is that? So then, if we have a look at it now, what we've got, there's the buckle there with the suspension system around the tree. There's the actual bag that I've just basically pulled the suspension system out of one side and then fed it out the other side. You can see you've got the ridge line inside the hammock just there, As I said, what that does, it keeps the bug net off your face, it stops it from flopping. You can also, you can probably just about make out, I'll show you in a minute, you can attach things to that line as well, so for like storage whilst you're inside your hammock. So there you go, all the way across. There's the adjustment on the ridge line there, so you can adjust that once you're inside, and there's the other side of the suspension there. Okay then, so the actual hammock then, so there's that nice ripstop material. It feels, you know, it's comfortable against your skin, so if you're getting in here in the summer, it's not like a waterproof material that's going to, you know, be uncomfortable. You've got the zippers there, you see that's slightly open, and looking inside it then, there we go. This is a little bag that they actually included with it. I don't know if that's standard or not, to be honest, but yeah, there's like a little storage bag. It's got an open end there, and you can put your bits and pieces in, things like your phone, you know, maybe a head torch, stuff like that, you know, things that are going to be useful whilst you're in your hammock. And that's what it looks like looking across the hammock there. Okay, so getting in a hammock then, all we're going to do is open up these zips. Then you're going to sit in the base of the hammock itself, making sure that you clear yourself away from the bug net and that line that's at the top. Swing your legs around and you're in. You can zip up the bug net like so, so that in the summer, or specifically in the jungle and the tropics, this is totally encased now, so there's no bugs going to get in here, no ants, no mosquitoes, none of the other nasty stuff that could potentially, you know, bite you, irritate you, or do you harm. So you're completely encased in here, and I've got to say, right now, I'm really comfortable. It's just a brilliant experience. Anyone that hasn't experienced hammock camping, give it a go, because it's just beautiful. I mean, I could just rock myself off to sleep here right now. I love it. Loving life, rocking myself off to sleep. So, getting out the hammock then, all we're going to do, total opposite, unzip yourself, swing your legs out, and you're done. Easy. Looking along the edge of the hammock we've got here then, are these little hooks. So there's 1, 2, 3 of those on each side. Okay, so what those are for an under hammock quilt. So, you know, when it's cold weather like it is at the moment, it's December at the moment in the UK, it's pretty chilly. It's not a bad idea to stick an under hammock quilt under there, which Onewind do sell. Something I don't really bother with, because I tend to, when I'm out doing stuff like this, try and keep myself nice and compact with my kit, nice and lightweight. And personally what I do is I use a roll mat just to keep the cool off my back. But, you know, maybe it's something else I'll try at some point, but not a bad little addition if you're going to use something like that. And as I say, you know, it's got the ability to attach that on nice and easily, so it's going to stay on using those little hooks there. Right then, so to summarise, on this bit of kit here, the 11-foot zipper camping hammock from Onewind Outdoors, pros and cons. So pros, really easy to set up, you see there, dead easy to set up. Quite a simple bit of kit, which I think is a good idea really for most camping gear. The more complex it's going to be, the more difficult it's going to be to set up when you're cold, tired, wet and in the dark. So simple bit of kits, in my eyes, thumbs up. The price of it then, I think it's $74.90 for this bit of kit. To me, that's a mega pro, because that's pretty affordable. You know, that's, what's that, in the region of 50 quid or something for a decent hammock that's fairly robust, that's got a built-in net. It's not bad at all. Okay, so that's my pros for this bit of kit. The cons, the only thing I'd say about this on cons is it's not the lightest. So it's 2.14 pounds, not the heaviest either, and it's not the most compact. So as I showed earlier with my Sea to Summit one, you can get more compact ones. However, it's not that massive either. You could compress that pack size down if you wanted to really, and it's not super heavy. So, you know, you can get smaller ones, you can get lighter ones. Right, So that's my thoughts on this hammock. I give this a thumbs up for definite. I've used this out in the wilds quite a lot, as I said, all around the country, in lots of different locations, in lots of different weathers as well. You know, in the rain, in the cold. You know, I've woken up with my tarp over this, covered in ice and flipping all sorts of stuff, and I've just found it really comfortable. Okay, you can get this if you want one of these. You can get this on the Onewind Outdoors website. Go and check them out. I'm quite, you know, quite impressed with this bit of kit, and I might have a look at some of their other stuff, like the under quilt thing, if I'm not going to walk too far, something like that. Let me know in the comments section below, any of you guys out there watching this, have you used one of these? What's your thoughts on it? Or do you use any other kind of hammocks? You know, is this the sort of thing you do, or do you not like using hammocks for whatever reason? I think it's a great option, as I said earlier. Why not give it a go? If you haven't tried it, I'd suggest doing it, okay? So it's a really good night's sleep. So that's all I've got to say on this. As I say, put any comments you've got in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll be seeing you again soon. Stay prepared.